Welcome to the Lightning Round, brought to you by Moviga. I'm Lee with your weekly source for all things movies, video games, TV, and more. Now grab your ponchos and let's catch up on this week's news. Sony has officially announced the closure of Firewalk Studios, the gaming studio that was responsible for the terrible release of Concord just a few months ago. After less than 2 weeks following the game's release, Sony pulled the game from all of its storefronts, and we kind of figured that this was going to be an opportunity for them to reassess, readjust, maybe fix some things about the gameplay as a whole, and re-release with a possible big-time comeback story. After all, hundreds of millions of dollars were invested in this game in the studio in order to bring this game to fruition. But it seems to me that Sony is kind of playing the Michael Scott "I declare bankruptcy" card, which I really wouldn't recommend for anybody in your own personal life, even if it does seem like the Staples easy button of financial woes. But as an actual piece of advice, I would advise you to not spend millions of dollars on a game that nobody asked for, although if their whole goal was to show the world how not to make a game, then they definitely succeeded. Way to go, Sony. You did it. Now, in terms of successful comebacks, it seems that we have the Wayans brothers returning to the Scary Movie franchise. After 18 years of not being involved, we have both brothers back for another installment of Scary Movie. This is something that I'm actually looking very forward to because the Scary Movie franchise was actually started by the Wayans brothers, and it seems like slowly but surely there was a big decline in terms of quality as well as entertainment from that franchise when the Hollywood execs removed the Wayans brothers from those projects. And let's hope that it is sure to form specifically for the Wayans brothers' involvement. And for another exciting return to form, it seems like we will have another Godzilla movie from the same creators and director of Godzilla Minus One. There's been 38 different Godzilla movies, and this one specific Godzilla Minus One, I know for sure was off on its own and had no relation or connection to any of the other Godzilla movies that have ever been made. Is this going to be a sequel to Godzilla Minus One? Oh, quick, let's riff on potential sequel names for this movie. Godzilla Minus Two, Godzilla Plus One, Godzilla Squared, or Godzilla Tokyo Drift. You probably thought all of my jokes were going to be math related. Jokes aside, Godzilla Minus One deserved all the attention that it got. It deserved the awards it got for VFX, especially being on such a low budget and how impressive all of that stuff was. Let's hope that this second installment, whatever it looks like, whether it's related to the original or not, is another successful continuation of the legacy that they started with Minus One. Well, it looks like the storm has passed. Be sure to check out the Moviga podcast anywhere you listen to podcasts, or you can check us out at movigapodcast.com, where we're talking all things movies, video games, and more. I'm Lee, and thanks for joining me this week for The Lightning Round.